Let's begin.
I am the one and only MSJ. You can call me Max for short, and welcome to day 6 and 7. We are 1 week down on the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 8. And today's movies are Hellraiser, Hellseekers, the 6th installment in the Hellraiser franchise, and as well as the Netflix original film Into the Tall Grass, which is based on a novella by Stephen King and his son Joe Hill. I'm doubling up today on purpose because I didn't think each of these movies deserved kind of a solo video, because I really don't have much to say about both of them enough to kind of do one video, so I'm just going to kind of double up real quick. This one is not a Hellraiser movie. I read online, just like Inferno, this was not intended to be a Hellraiser movie, and they just kind of shoehorned in some Hellraiser vibes and characters and elements, and it just didn't mesh well. It was poorly done. There's a quote on the back that says, "It's better than the original." That is the biggest lie I've ever heard. But quickly, what this movie is really good at is kind of making the character arc for Kirsten, who has been the only one to really defeat Pinhead on multiple occasions, finally come to an end. I think that is really the only saving grace about this movie, is like the scenes that she's in it, even like the flashback scenes where she has no dialogue, is still probably the best parts of this movie. And as well as the highlight of the movie is definitely Doug Bradley as Pinhead, delivering his monologue as usual, and he's just so good at it, and it just makes me like wish they would give him more screen time. But at the same time, I'm glad they don't, because it kind of gives him a little bit more, like the less is more, like in Jaws. So it's definitely, like I said, not better than the original, far from it. And this is definitely the first one I've seen that truly dips in quality. Like I mentioned in the Inferno, I've seen there's a slight dip, but this one was just like dramatic. I really noticed it with this one. So, and my second movie for this video is Into the Tall Grass, the novella based on Stephen King and Joe Hill's short story. I thought it was fun. I really did. I mean, it's a little different, just some people wandering around trapped in a field of tall grass, which they cannot, like I said, they just can't seem to escape, even though they can hear each other, and they just, like, their voices are constantly being reverberated from different parts of the field, so they cannot find each other. And I really like that. So, but basically the synopsis is, this brother and sister who pull off to the side of the road because the sister is pregnant, and kind of like the boyfriend just decides like, no, I don't want nothing to do with it. So they're hightailing it out of town and moving across the country, and they pull off to the side of the road. Because she has morning sickness, and she throws up, and that's when they hear a little boy screaming from this sea of tall grass, and that's where the movie starts up. And they go in. First bad decision of the movie, and they just cannot seem to escape, so they're trying to get out before Patrick Wilson, the bad guy of the movie, it's clear as day in the trailer who's the bad guy, and it's interesting to see this movie. It's really done pretty well. It's shot really well. It's acted really well. It's just it didn't feel boring. I like slow movies, so it may not be for everyone, but I enjoyed it a lot. So, now my rating scale for these movies, I have a rating scale. 1 being run-of-the-mill horror, 2 best watch for the group, 3 more than average horror but adds nothing new to the horror genre, 4 helps move the horror genre forward, and 5 being a horror classic. Now, Hellseekers is definitely a 1. It's run-of-the-mill. It's barely a Hellraiser movie, in my opinion. So, that's that one. And then Into the Tall Grass, I say it's a 3. It's more than average horror, but adds nothing new to the horror genre, because it just takes a really, like, easy concept of just being stuck in some grass, and trying to get out of it, and that's basically the simple synopsis of it. And they make it pretty watchable. And that's what my opinion is of More Than Average, is taking something that's pretty ridiculous and making it well done. So that's really all I gotta say about these two movies. Like I said, we're 1 week down. I cannot wait to see what the rest of the remaining weeks have in store for me. So please click subscribe and hit the bell to stay notified for any future videos this month and any other videos I make ever. So as always, I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and goodbye.